Welcome to African Prime Report TV, your go-to source for unfiltered, in-depth coverage of Africa's most pressing stories. I'm your host, bringing you the latest from across the continent. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now to join our growing community of informed viewers. Don't forget to like this video if you find it valuable. Share it with your friends and family to spread the word. And turn on notifications so you'd never miss an update. Your support means everything to us. Remember, the best way to back our platform is by liking, sharing, and commenting on our videos. It helps us grow and keep delivering quality content like this. Stick around to the end for some thought-provoking questions that will get you talking. Let's dive into today's top story. Good evening, viewers. Tonight, we are unpacking a heated controversy brewing in Abia State, Nigeria, involving Senator Orji Kalu. Traditional rulers in Ohafia, along with a powerful political alliance, have come out strongly against recent attack on the senator. They've declared a so-called youth proclamation labeling him persona non grata as null and void, emphasizing the need for peace and upholding constitutional order in the community. This story highlights the delicate balance between youth activism, traditional authority, and political loyalty in Nigeria's southeast. Let's break it down step by step. A tripartite team comprising members from the All Progressive Congress, the OUK movement, and the Reality Organization has condemned what they call a baseless attack on Senator Kalu. This stems from a publication and radio announcement made by individuals claiming to represent Ohafia youths. The team described these claims as false, misleading, and potentially inflammatory, warning that they could stir up unnecessary tension and disrupt the unity in Ohafia. The backlash didn't stop there. Traditional leaders in Ohafia have also rejected the attacks outright. The Udumeze Ohafia, His Royal Highness Eze Awa Orji Udonsi, and the President General of Ohafia Improvement Union Worldwide, Prince Kalu Ikpemini, have voiced their strong displeasure. This all started with a statement from Obasi Kalu Obasi and Onyekachi U Udoma, who positioned themselves as leaders of a youth association. They accused Senator Kalu of branding Ohafia as an IPOB zone, referring to the indigenous people of Biafra, and declared him unwelcome in the area. In a swift response, the tripartite team led by Prince Imawonsu paid a formal visit to the Udumeze Ohafia. The delegation include notable figures. The Eze Aba of Ohafia was also present. During the meeting, they lodged an official complaint, insisting that the individuals behind the proclamation have no real authority to speak for the entire Ohafia people. They praised Senator Kanu as a respected leader who made visible contribution to Ohafia, Abia State, and Nigeria as a whole. The Udumeze Ohafia didn't mince words. He condemned the actions as unacceptable and made it clear that no group will be allowed to disrupt communal harmony or misrepresent the people's collective voice. The delegation didn't stop at the traditional ruler. They also met with Prince Kalu Ikpemini, the President General. He echoed the condemnation, promising to take immediate steps to rein in the youths involved. He stressed that no unauthorized or expired group has the right to issue statements on behalf of Ohafia. The meeting issued a stern warning against impersonation, spreading misinformation, and attacking community leaders, noting that such behavior could lead to traditional, community, and even legal consequences. Following these high-level discussions, the Udumeze Ohafia in Council released a formal statement titled Re-Proclamation of Senator Orji Kalu as persona non grata in Ohafia, signed by Chief Imo Okwa Imo, the Special Advisor on Media, Publicity and Protocol. The statement faults the youth proclamation entirely. It references Section 39, 40, and 41 of the 1999 Nigerian Constitution as amended, which safeguards freedom of expression, association, and movement. The Council declared the proclamation null and void, calling it unconstitutional and a threat to peace and order. They reaffirmed their commitment to sustaining peace, unity, and development in Ohafia. But viewers, this story is far from over. To make matters worse for Senator Kalu, tensions have escalated with protests from Ohafia women. Videos circulating online show groups of women in Ohafia taking to the streets, singing and chanting against Senator Orji. These women, often seen as the backbone of community solidarity in Nigerian culture, are voicing their discontent over the ongoing issue between the Ohafia people and the senator. Their protests highlight deeper frustration, possibly tied to perceptions of marginalization or unaddressed community needs. These women's uprising adds a powerful layer to the controversies, showing how widespread the discontent has become. Fuel to the fire is a resurfaced old video of Senator Kalu that's been making rounds online. In the clip, he bluntly opposes the electronic transmission of election results known as e-transmission. This has sparked widespread negative reaction, with many linking it to the current Ohafia tensions and broader national debate on electoral integrity. Critics argue it shows a pattern of resistance to progressive reforms, piling more pressure on the senator amid the local backlash.
Because there are no coverage in my village, I vote no.
However, just hours after the video went viral, Senator Kalu publicly debunked it. He clarified that it was an old recording and emphasized that he now fully supports e-transmission of election results, but his response didn't claim the storm. In fact, it raised more eyebrows. He claimed that 95% of senators has accepted e-transmission and even stated that Senate President Godswill Akpabio never rejected it. This has ignited outrage among citizens. The big questions on everyone's mind: if 95% of senators and the Senate President were on board, why was there a need for protests in the first place? It seems like Senator Kalu is trying to play smart here, but his words are only generating more questions and skepticism. Is this a genuine clarification or a damage control tactic? Viewers, you decide. Let's zoom out to the bigger picture. This comes on the heels of nationwide protests led by figures like Peter Obi and other top activists and politicians. This demonstration targeted the senators and Senate presidents for allegedly refusing to pass the e-transmission bill, pushing for more transparent elections in Nigeria. In a surprising tone, after those protests, the Senate and House have finally agreed to pass the bill, but in a way that raised serious suspicions. The bill was approved with controversial conditions. In regions without network coverage, elections would revert to the old manual system. Citizens are kicking against this, calling it a loophole that could enable manipulation in rural or underserved areas. This conditional passage has sparked fresh outrage and anger across the country. What started as protests in Abuja is now fueling calls for wider demonstrations nationwide. Activists argued that true electoral reform shouldn't come with asterisks. It should be fair and uniform for all Nigerians.
Please, I want to know, or Nigerians want to know, if there has been any time in the 10th Senate that you have opposed electronic voting or any senator opposed electronic voting, you in particular, sir?
No, to best of my knowledge, the 10th Senate have progressed very well. Even Godswill Akpabio himself, who is the Senate President, never opposed transmission of results by electronically. No. Engineer Abaribe was in the Senate. He knew our view. 95% of the senators supported electronic transmission of the results. What they are circulating, I have seen. They are saying, oh, we said there's no electronic voting because there is no light, there is no... This was what happened 5 years ago in the in the 9th Senate. So I'm surprised that people can be this cheap. Even on the day we had closed session, I spoke for 15 minutes. My submission was electronic transmission. I supported Abaribe. Even when Abaribe spoke, he's alive. I asked him, why didn't he call me to tell Nigerians to be in that meeting? They had that. What we agreed, electronic transmission. Even Akpabio, even the president of Nigeria himself supported electronic transmission. Nobody's against it. So I don't know why it should be a big deal. They are carrying pictures I spoke in the 9th Senate about 5-6 years ago to come and say today. I never said anything like that. Rather, the 10th Senate, almost 95% of all of us said that it should be transmitted electronically, and that is what we supported. But one senator brought that amendment, transfer. That was just a problem. You know, lawyers, he looked at it legally and said transfer. We came back to withdraw that motion and put electronic. What the government said was electronic, and later we came back because of noise. People did not hear when the Senate President finally spoke. So I caution Nigerians to stop doing small politics when there is no politics to be done. The picture they are circulating about me was a picture that happened 6 years ago, which what I said then was then right. Now there's improvement that we can go and do electronic transfer.
Thank you very much.
This development underscores ongoing concerns about Nigeria's democracy. How can we ensure credible elections when even reforms seems half-hearted? The conditional bill has alarmed many, with fears it could undermine trust in the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and lead to more electoral disputes.
That's all for this 30 minutes deep dive on African Prime Report TV. If you've made it this far, thank you. We appreciate you watching to the end. Your time means a lot and it helps us keep growing. Once again, support us by liking this video, sharing it far and wide, and dropping your thoughts in the comments below. That's the only way you can truly back our platform and fuel our mission to bring you real stories from Africa. A huge thank you for your continued support. It's because of viewers like you that we are expanding our reach every day. Before we sign off, here are some engaging questions to ponder and discuss in the comments. What do you think about the Ohafia women's protest? Are they a turning point in this controversy? Is Senator Kalu's clarification on e-transmission convincing, or does it raise more red flags? And with the conditional electoral bill, could we see nationwide protests erupt soon? Share your views. We read every comment. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed. This is African Prime Report TV. Subscribe now if you haven't already. Good night.